Hello and welcome to the evening news. My name is Dino. And here is the stories. 18-year-old charged over gun attack, attempted robbery at Clarendon bar. The police in May Pen, Clarendon have charged an 18-year-old laborer in connection with an armed robbery at a bar that saw a woman being shot in the head. Kieran Smith, otherwise called TJ, of Mason River District in the parish, has been charged with attempted murder, robbery with aggravation, possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and using a prohibited weapon to commit a felony. Smith, who turned himself in on Wednesday, July 12, was charged after being interviewed in the presence of his attorney. His court date is being finalized. The police say the incident happened on the night of Tuesday, July 11. The police report that at about 10:15 p.m., Smith and four other armed men entered the bar and proceeded to rob patrons. The assailants demanded money, and when their demands were not met, one of them shot a woman to the left side of her head. Smith and the other men then escaped. Residents alerted the police and the woman was taken to hospital where she was admitted. Forensic psychiatric report delays case for Manchester housewife accused of slaying cop husband. Plea and case management hearing for Manchester housewife Casey Ann Roxanne Blair, who is charged with the murder of her husband, Constable Damian Blair, failed to get off the ground on Wednesday in the Home Circuit Court, downtown Kingston, due to an outstanding forensic psychiatric report. The court in June had ordered that the accused woman undergo a forensic psychiatric evaluation. Forensic psychiatry in criminal and civil matters involves seeking the help of psychiatrists who will conduct various tests to understand the mental capacity of the accused and provide opinions to the court regarding the ability of the defendant to, for example, have a factual and rational understanding of allegations against them, among other things. Based on this, the trial judge will make a determination as to whether or not the defendant is fit to plead to determine if he or she can stand trial. The order was one of two made by the court after attorney Tamika Harris, who is representing the widow, made the request. Harris also called for Blair's medical records from Mandeville Regional Hospital, where she had been laid up for several days after apparently attempting suicide following the alleged attack on her husband. Thursday, Harris, in addressing the court, said an appointment is to be set between the psychiatrist and her client. Crown Counsel addressing presiding Judge Justice Layton Pusey said the medical report and the post-mortem report were ready. The judge, in acknowledging the feedback, adjourned the matter to September 27, at which time the forensic psychiatric report should be completed. Thursday, the petite Blair, her hair shorn close to her head, sat languidly clad in a gray blouse and black jeans. According to a police report, at about 6:25 p.m. on May 29, Constable Blair was reportedly shot with his licensed pistol, allegedly by his wife, inside the family house located at Desmond Mackenzie Close, formerly Guava Walk Road, in Somerset, a deep rural community in northwest Manchester. The wounded cop reportedly ran from the house they shared only to collapse at his gate, where further wounds were reportedly inflicted with a hammer. The police, who were summoned by citizens, said the accused woman had barricaded herself in a section of the house. She was eventually found with a laceration to her wrist. Her husband was pronounced dead at the hospital while she was admitted in stable condition. The case of the 33-year-old woman, who was discharged from the hospital on Monday and later charged, was transferred to the Home Circuit Court on a voluntary bill of indictment which was proffered by the Crown. According to relatives of the slain cop, the couple, married for 8 years of a 13-year relationship, had a tumultuous union. They said the cop had made plans to separate from his wife before the unthinkable happened. Downtown sewage relief. Relief beckons for residents and business owners of downtown Kingston after Minister in charge of Water Matthew Samuda announced that $170 million is to be spent on emergency repairs to replace century-old pipes in the capital city, which has been grappling with sewage-flooded streets. Samuda made the disclosure Thursday during a tour of the area with local government minister Desmond Mackenzie and officials from the National Water Commission and the Kingston and St Andrew Municipal Corporation. Mackenzie is a Member of Parliament for the Kingston Western constituency, which includes most of the affected areas. For months, residents, business owners, and customers have complained about the flow of sewage on the roadways in the country's main commercial district and transportation hub. The problem has been linked to the collapse of aged asbestos sewer pipelines on West Street. Stormwater intrusion has also caused manhole covers to lift when it rains. The situation is unacceptable. The aging sewage infrastructure has caused suffering to citizens downtown and those who conduct business, Samuda told the Gleaner, adding that the problem with the pipes has persisted for a long time. He said Prime Minister Andrew Holness has instructed that all available resources be used to resolve the situation. In this vein, we are mobilizing high-vac trucks to pump from the lines and cleaning crews to deal with the issue while the necessary construction work is underway. That work along West Street and environs has commenced today, yesterday, and will progress through the weekend, Samuda said. No piecemeal response. Mackenzie said he was pleased that the response to the problem was not piecemeal. This is the heart of Jamaica's economy. And if the heart of the economy in your country is not beating, it means that the government's revenue is going to be in problems, he said, urging a little bit more patience from stakeholders. Some 650 meters of sewer pipes will be replaced, mainly on West Street and Matthews Lane. Meanwhile, an additional $37 million is being spent on a pump upgrade underway at the Darling Street lift station. Pumps are being cleared at Kingston Wharves. Samuda said the pumps, which will help to move sewage along the pipelines, will be installed within a week. In 2016, Dr. Horace Chang, as the then water minister, said rehabilitation of the downtown Kingston sewer system could cost up to $400 million. Illegal guns seized in an abandoned building in Augusttown. Cops assigned to the St. Andrew Central Police Division seized a firearm and 9 rounds of ammunition during an operation on Augusttown Road on Thursday. Reports from the Augusttown police are that at about 11:30 a.m., lawmen were in the area when an abandoned building was searched. During the search, one Smith & Wesson 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 9 9mm rounds of ammunition was seen inside the building. No one was arrested in relation to the seizure. Investigation continues. New leadership announced at NCB Financial Group amid shake-up. The NCB Financial Group Limited, NCBFG, today announced the appointments of Robert Almeida as Interim Group Chief Executive Officer and Malcolm Sadler, Chief Financial Officer of National Commercial Bank Jamaica Limited, NCBJ, as Interim Group Chief Financial Officer, subject to regulatory review. The company also announced the appointment of Bruce Bowen as Special Advisor to Almeida. The announcement comes after Patrick Heighton and Dennis Cohen were on Monday sent on 3 weeks' leave from the company. NCBFG says the appointments reflect the company's commitment to ensuring continuity and strong leadership during this transition phase. Almeida is a chartered accountant and has been a director of NCBJ since 2008. He is currently a director of NCBFG, NCBJ, Guardian Holdings Limited, GHL, and Clarion Bank Limited. Almeida is an accomplished business executive and investor, with deep ties to NCBFG and is well suited to guide NCBFG through this transitional period. Sadler, as the Interim Group Chief Financial Officer, brings extensive financial expertise to the role with over 20 years of service to NCBJ. With a strong background in accounting and finance, strategic development, and risk management, Sadler will play a vital role in supporting the company's financial objectives during this interim phase. He will continue as Chief Financial Officer of NCBJ. The Board of Directors has expressed confidence in both Almeida and Sadler's ability to provide stability and strategic direction during this transition. Their combined leadership and industry knowledge will be instrumental in ensuring the company's continued growth and success. Roman Catholic priest accused of child sexual abuse granted $800,000 bail. Roman Catholic priest Lawrence Myavangi, who is charged with the alleged sexual abuse of a child, was granted $800,000 bail when he appeared before the St. Catherine Parish Court on Wednesday. He was ordered to report to the Matilda Corner Police 3 times weekly, surrender his travel documents and avoid contact with the complainant. He is to return to court on September 27 when the matter will again be mentioned. Myavangi is charged with rape, sexual grooming, having sexual intercourse with a person under 16, and abduction. When the case was mentioned on Tuesday, Parish Judge Natalie Creary Dixon requested documentation on whether the accused has had any prior brush with the law. The required documents were furnished to the court on Wednesday. Attorney at law Charles Williams represented Myavangi in court. Allegations are that Mwangi sexually abused the child on the compound of the church, which is located in Portmore, St. Catherine, on several occasions in April. The matter was reported to the police's Center for Investigation of Sexual Offenses and Child Abuse, Sisoka. An investigation was launched, which resulted in the arrest of the clergyman. He was formally charged following a question and answer session. Woman wanted for murder in the U.S. arrested in St. James. A woman who is wanted for murder in the United States was this morning held during a multi-agency raid at her home in Montego Bay, St. James. The suspect is 39-year-old Iana Reynolds of a Tortuga Crescent address in Montego Bay. Ms. Reynolds is wanted for the murder of 36-year-old Andre Brown of Bridgeport, Connecticut and other related matters. According to reports, from 4 o'clock to 5:30 a.m. a special operation targeting Ms. Reynolds was carried out at her home by members of the Jamaica Fugitive Apprehension Team, Lottery Scam Task Force, Area 1, and Jamaica Defense Force along with U.S. counterparts as observers. Ms. Reynolds was reportedly arrested incident-free and placed into custody pending an extradition hearing. A warrant for her arrest was issued in January 2022 after the death of her Jamaican boyfriend in Connecticut. Mr. Brown, who lived in Bronx, New York before moving to Connecticut, was found shot to death in a front yard on Marcel Street in Bridgeport.